Alright, so in this video, we're going to talk about why I love riding in New York City. Let's check it out. Woo! Now that's a startup. Alright, what's going on YouTube? FXCLS Brooklyn is back in the building. A lot of you request that I do more NYC rides, Brooklyn rides, all that jazz. Woo! As I'm talking about why I love riding a motorcycle in Brooklyn. Nothing like almost getting cut off. Look, just because I'm not riding in Brooklyn all the time, or you don't see me riding in Brooklyn all the time, doesn't mean that I'm not. I'm laying down a lot of New York City miles on the regular. And honestly, I absolutely love riding in New York City. I absolutely love riding in Brooklyn. I talk about it all the time, how I'm happiest when I'm out west doing those bike trips. You know, South Dakota, Wyoming, all that stuff, in the middle of nowhere. But I also do enjoy riding in my environment of being home here in Brooklyn. You know, there's no place like home. I do love these streets. I do love these urban miles. And honestly, every time I hop on my motorcycle, whether it's in the afternoon, the night, or the morning, something memorable always happens that makes me smile. Like, for example, it's like 9 in the morning right now. 9 in the morning, Brooklyn, right? I stop at a little coffee spot just to get some coffee. A dude rolls up. Mind you, this is 9 in the morning. This dude rolls up on a city bike, which is like the bike share program that we have here in New York City. He's wearing a jacket that's completely open, so his chest is exposed. He's got in one hand on the grips of the bike steering, you know, riding all over the place on this thing. And he's got one hand on a bottle of half-dranken Hennessy. He rolls up, he parks the bike, he's dancing around in front of me, and he first says, "Rest in peace, old dirty bastard." Well, if you're not familiar with the Wu-Tang Clan, that is a very important member of the Wu-Tang Clan. So he says, "R.I.P. ODB" first. And then he looks at me, I got my helmet off, and he points at me, and he goes, hey you. You know, with like a stone face, look at me right in the eyes, and I'm like, oh no, here we go. Now do I really need trouble this early in the morning? And he just goes, "You got really good hair. I like that." And I just start cracking up, man. And at that moment, I'm like, these are the moments why I love riding in my home here in New York City, Brooklyn. Because ask anyone that rides around here, those types of moments are constant all the time. You're having stuff like that happen, whether you're on a bike or not. So look, my hometown here, you know, we definitely, in the rest of the country, get a bad rep sometimes. I'll never forget being out in Sturgis, particularly this year more than any other year. People would see the New York plates, or they'd hear the New York accent. They'd ask you where you're from, and you tell them Brooklyn, you tell them New York City. And for some reason, people seem to think that it's just an absolute war zone out here. Bullets flying at all times. One quote was someone came up to us and "Yeah, we heard that they're beheading people in the streets." Craziness. Look, New York City, Brooklyn, obviously we definitely have our problems, right? But you all know I choose that positive mental attitude. I really do believe there's more positive out here than there is negative. And honestly, man, I am grateful for every mile I get to lay down on these streets. I'm also grateful for being out here. But yeah, I love riding a motorcycle out here in Brooklyn. Because, you know what? Number one, it's hands down the best way to get around. You all see me doing all sorts of tactical maneuvering out here on these streets. And I do believe I've said this before, I'll say it again, I do believe motorcycles are the best way to get around. And there's just so much to see. And really, any beautiful environment, such as this, is always going to be enhanced by being on a motorcycle, right? So whether that's the valleys and mountains of Wyoming and South Dakota, whether that's the streets of Brooklyn, I do believe that you're never going to experience an environment better than being on two wheels. But yeah, I'll always tell you, I love New York, I love Brooklyn. We close out this video paying homage to a Brooklyn legend, Biggie, R.I.P. Always pay homage, listen to Biggie. And on that, we're going to close it out. Stay safe, stay low. It was all a dream. And on that, FXDLS Brooklyn is out.